Why can't dinosaurs clap their hands? Because they're extinct? My boss said to me the other day, dress for the job you want, not the job that you've got. So I went in as Batman. I gave my handyman a list of jobs that I needed doing. He only managed to do 1, 3 and 5. Apparently, he only does odd jobs. I've just got this amazing pen that can write underwater. It can write other words too. How did I know that my girlfriend thought I was invading her privacy? She wrote it in her diary. A guy goes for a job interview. The director says to him, "Why have you asked for such a big salary? Considering you've got no experience." The guy says, "Well, the job's a lot harder when you don't know what you're doing." Why is it always windy in a football stadium? Because there's thousands of fans. What do you call a boomerang that doesn't come back? A stick. What happens when it rains cats and dogs? You can step in a poodle. What time do ducks wake up? At the crack of dawn. Why do seagulls fly over the sea? Because if they flew over the bay, there'd be bagels. What's the most expensive fish? A goldfish. What do you call a parade of rabbits hopping backwards? A receding hairline. What did the buffalo say when his son left? Bye, son. Where do horses live? In neighbourhoods. What do cows do on the 31st of December? They have a New Year's Eve party. What's a snake's favourite lesson at school? History. What's the difference between a guitar and a fish? You can tune a guitar, you can't tune a fish. What's a spider's favourite event? Webbings. Why do teddy bears never want to eat? Because they're always stuffed. A woman gets on the bus with her little baby. The bus driver says to her, "Cool, he's ugly, isn't he?" Clearly upset, she goes and sits down, doesn't say anything to the driver. Guy sat next to her says, "What's the matter with you? You look upset." She says, "That bus driver's just been really horrible to me." He says, "Tell you what, go and have a word with him. I'll hold the monkey." What do you call a nurse with dirty knees? Head nurse. I was washing my car the other day with my son. He turned round to me and said, "Can't you just use a sponge?" What's the hardest thing about sleeping with a blind woman? Matching her husband's voice. I said to my wife she should embrace her mistakes. She gave me a hug. A shipment of Viagra was robbed yesterday by a group of old men. Apparently the police are on the lookout for these hardened criminals. What do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. Can February march? Nah. But April may. What did one eye say to the other? Something between us smells. I walked into my sister's room the other day and tripped on her bra. Apparently it was a booby trap. I've childproofed my house. Somehow, the kids still get in. Got a tip for you here. If you're ever cold, stand in a corner, because it's always 90 degrees. What did one hat say to another? You stay here, I'll go on ahead. I went to the bank today. I was in the queue and this old lady was behind me. She said, "Can you help me check my balance?" And I was like, "Sure." I gave her a little push. She went flying. Have you heard the news about this flasher that was in the park the other day? Apparently he exposed himself to 2 old women. One of them had a stroke, the other one couldn't reach apparently. Did you know that diarrhea is hereditary? Apparently, it runs in your genes.